Technology is becoming integral to every business, and we're seeing an expansion of what we do across all sectors of the economy, society. So there's growth, in terms of the types of customers we're serving, and you're seeing these small to mid-sized firms become global much faster than they used to. And technology is allowing businesses to connect together in ways that are accelerating, progress. Also presents challenges for those kind of calcified firms that haven't, kind of got with the program. Technology is right at the center of all the big changes in the world, and so there are plenty of competitors out there, but the industry is expanding. Nobody has an enormous lock on the market. Markets are always changing, and it's a great time to really be listening, learning, figuring out what problems are unsolved with customers, because there are always new emergent problems, and that's how you win. The instinct when something new shows up is to say, well, how do we bolt this on to the old way we were doing it? And that might deliver some incremental improvement, and that's kind of a natural thing to do. But what you really have to do is just kind of rethink the problem and say, okay, now that we have all these new tools and new techniques, how can we solve the problem in a fundamentally different way? And that's where you see new business models getting created. You got to be ready to go change your own business. And my experience has always been, if a technology comes along and it's really good for customers, you stand in the way of it at your own peril. You see, billions, tens of billions, potentially trillions of data generating devices out there. Now, how many customers actually use this data that's coming at them to make better decisions, particularly in real time? The answer is not very many. So that's an enormous opportunity. It's a kind of renewable resource that is somewhat unlimited, and we think that's really the next $1 trillion of growth in our industry. And of course, it'll upend any number of new industries as change sort of rolls through in a pretty significant way. The big change for us beyond sort of the IT capabilities is increasing verticalization of our business. So going into healthcare and education, in banking, insurance, financial services, hospitality, and really providing vertical expertise and knowledge in those sectors, again, changing from a product orientation to a services orientation. That's expanded the pie of what we do. And a lot of that we can do with the organic engine that we have now. And if you just dissect the IT sector, look at the whole thing, you've got roughly a $3.5 trillion industry, and there are about 10 companies that have more than 1% of the 3 trillion. We have 2%, but nobody has like more than 5 or 6%. So it's a actually quite fragmented space. So we work extensively with partners across the ecosystem, and it's a big part of how we evolve rapidly, go quickly, reach new customers, gain access to the latest ingredient technologies, whether it's in semiconductors or software ingredients. And so the partnerships and alliances are an incredibly important part of how we grow. We're definitely moving from the back office to the front office. And I think with the global economy in aggregate doing fairly well, our customers are very focused on their own growth. And so they're looking at how do they expand into new markets, acquire new customers, and so technology is kind of the engine that's allowing them to fuel that expansion. We have 2 billion interactions with customers every year, and turns out if you can begin to get your arms around that, you'll learn an enormous amount about what customers like, what they don't like, and we can then make our products and services and our entire business process work better for the customer. So there's kind of this idea of machine learning that we're constantly working to use more of, where how do we take all these interactions and improve our overall business system in real time? The one attribute CEOs need in the future to succeed, I would place my bet on curiosity, because from curiosity comes learning and new ideas, and in businesses that are changing very rapidly, if you're not curious, you're not learning, you don't have new ideas, you're going to have a real problem.